Hey, what's up? This is Astro doing the daily mood reading for September 24th, 2018. Now, this day, September 24th, is marking the new moon, at least on this side of Earth or whatever. The new moon for me is going to start. Let me, kind of get my stuff together. 1 minute now. It's going to be like 10:30-ish. It's going to be around like 10:30 p.m. So what I'm going to do, right, since it's only going to be like 2 hours, is I'm going to talk about the third decan Pisces moon. And then I'm going to have like a full moon reading, of course. And then I'll skip the 25th because the full moon reading is going to be pretty much like the same shit I'm going to say for the 25th anyways. So that's how I'm going to move and groove. You feel me, dog? You feel me? Okay, so let me shut up and let's talk about the third decan moon. So this moon, again, third is going to be in the third decade of Pisces, and so this is going to be a Pluto moon, which again is still going off with this theme of like spiritual love, spiritual intimacy. I don't know. So yeah, let's talk about that. With Pluto, of course, this represents intimate relationships, intimacy in general. And when you think about intimacy in big picture, right? Intimacy is more than sex, more than romance. It's platonic too. So for instance, right, as a astrological reader and tarot reader a little bit, right, it takes me, and as a general intuitive, like when I read people for my clients, I'm getting intimate with them because I'm getting into their energies and reading it about it and like really trying to have an understanding of their energies. I'm not romantic with them, but I'm telling them about what's like happening around their world and all that. And so that's me being intimate with them. Or a banker, right? I know. Let me finish. When you go to a banker, showing them your finances, or a financial advisor, and you're showing them intimate, personal information, secretive information, right? And so you're getting financially intimate with them. It's more than romance, more than sex. It gets, intimacy has layers, has levels. That's why the eighth house represents, yes, intimate relationships, but also shared worth, money, because not everyone knows what money that you got, secrets, taboo, the divination, because, again, not everyone knows this information, only the folks that are intimate in your life, okay? So I just want to make that clear, all right? So with all that being said, right, with the moon being in the Pluto decant of Neptune, right, we're really getting a better understanding of what intimate relationships are in a spiritual way. So again, this whole entire moon is deeply, like every freaking decan, every degree of this particular Pisces moon is strongly connected to our intimate partners, which of course it would, because honestly, the sun, it's the cuffing season. The sun is in Libra. We're trying to relate with people, connect with people, build those relationships so we can understand, why are you in my life? How can you help me in my life? How can you help me in my soul's journey, my earth journey? You know what I mean? And it's not just how can I use you, but it's how can we help each other ascend as a collective in general, and that's just me and you as in a one-on-one relationship. So that's what this, that's what this season's all about. The sun's in Libra, Mercury's in Libra. We're not just identifying with this energy, we're also thinking about this energy, communicating this energy. It's getting deep. You know what I mean? It's the beginning of, again, cuffing season. So of course it's important for us to kind of try to connect spiritually, but beyond that, though, this cuffing season is special because of the spiritual connections of Jupiter and Venus being in Scorpio. This one is a little bit different than the other cuffing seasons, y'all. because, Jupiter is in Scorpio, like what, every 18 years, so this one's special where, people are finding their life partner, they're being in karmic relationships, whether they're supposed to be in them or not. They are, being in twin flame relationships, whether they're supposed to stay with them or not. This is like important spiritual growth through relationships. This is what this energy is all about. Okay. And so, again, this is more than romance. This is platonic relationships, best friends, people you share your life with, your deep secrets with, people that you can fully trust. Like, you're really learning the spiritual connection of these things. So I really suggest you guys to use this energy, because this is the moon we're talking about. And the moon speaks with our emotions, and our emotions is the way that we can be intuitive, and intuition is the way that we connect with these unseen forces. So definitely try to meditate, reflect, write, be creative, to kind of work that energy out and really understand what's up with these relationships that I'm in, and why they're important, and what do I need to do to transform into becoming a stronger person. There's this theory that I thought of that, first we're just this one being, and then every incarnation we merge into something else, and we transform into another being, and then transform again to another being every time we reincarnate. So even though we're reincarnated as people, we're bringing other energies into us, and that's the transformation of death and rebirth. You know what I mean? So think of it's really important. It's not just, believe it or not, yes, you born alone and you die alone, but the process of it, of you being born and dying, is other people are connected to it. You know what I mean? Other people are helping you, and you're taking those energies and you're transforming into something new. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, I've been this Pisces moon is having me channeling shit, y'all. It really has. I'm just in my pulpit preaching like a motherfucker, for real. But anyways, I'm going to focus on let me see. I'm going to focus on only third decan planets, because again, with this full moon, I'm going to be focusing on the first decan of Aries. I don't want to focus on that, those certain aspects. What I want to focus on are, in this video or this recording, is whatever that's aspecting the moon that's not in the first, whatever planet that's aspecting the moon that's not in the first decan, because I want to save that for the full moon video. Okay, so this one's going to be a little short, but if you really want to understand what's popping, watch the full moon video. It's that simple. I'm drinking coffee, y'all, sorry. Anyways, so there's only a few things that's aspecting the moon. It's Pluto and Jupiter. So let's talk about that, okay? So Jupiter is zaddy energy with, honestly, Jupiter does represent the husband, and it represents the influence your father has given you. So, or lack thereof, honestly, depending on the positioning and all that. But beyond that, though, when women used to get married, they needed their father's permission, and the father needed to approve, and they kind of were looking, sadly, back in the day, a person like their father who can provide for them like their father. Is weird energy. But that's the connection between Jupiter and the dad husband type of vibe, right? And so again, with the moon conjuncting that energy, we could not only be healing our intimate relationships or understanding our spiritual relationships with our potential partner, whether they're a husband or not a husband or whatever, but it could be also doing this healing spiritually over the influence that your father has given you, whether for better or for worse. Okay, understanding it, healing from it, moving on from it, getting that experience and the lessons learned from that experience, and moving on from it and learning from it. You get what I'm saying? And it's the You might be even focusing on specific philosophies that are connected to intimacy. Again, the multiple layers of intimacy. So keep your mind open with that too. But it's going to hit you into your heart, and it's going to come easily. It seems like the energy may appear randomly. You know what I mean? And honestly too, like, you could be feeling this way about death as well. Like, for instance, right? Ever since I was younger, I always felt like this is probably one of my last lives or my last life, right? And the thing is, it's like the more I've kind of just like been going through this spiritual journey, the more like last life, death and transformation stuff that just pops into my face without me even trying to research it. You know what I mean? I just happen to watch a video, or happen to read a book, or happen to watch an episode of something, or I happen to learn about something randomly about the transformation of death in your last life without me even trying. And so this might be something that you're kind of going through too, because, you know, again, like Scorpio represents death and transformation and rebirth as well. You know, so this is good energy too. If you are mourning a loss of a recent loss, or even not even recent, or if you really need to have a better understanding of what death is, and connecting with your loved ones who have passed away, beautiful, beautiful energy to do that. Okay. This past weekend, great energy too, but definitely today as well. You still got time, so that's lovely. Moving over to Pluto. This moon is sextiling a retrograde Pluto, okay? And with that energy, again, that whole idea of kind of building your status and reputation, getting like the spiritual information and applying it materially is still the theme here. But the interesting thing is that, again, like this theme of like Pluto is so strong. For some reason, I'm thinking death again. I'm feeling, this is me intuitively speaking, after seeing those positions, I'm thinking that this might be something connected with an inheritance, and you kind of gaining status off of that. Someone passing away, you gaining status off of it, some type of status. And of course, it's not like, yay, this person died. It's not like that. But it's kind of like, okay, now the torch is passed to me. Now I have to fulfill this. Now I'm going to get money off of this. Now I can have this shared worth. Okay, so that's the kind of vibe that I'm catching here. But you definitely are building yourself up off after someone else's transition. Death can be physical. Death can be practical. It could be a spiritual death. You know, you never know. So just keep your mind open with that too. But the thing is, though, whatever this is, again, this is like a karmic spiritual lesson that you're learning, because moon is in Pisces. Okay, so it's not something that just like happened randomly. It's not a coincidence. It was supposed to happen this way. And honestly, with Pluto retrograde, it could have not happened yet, but you are thinking about it and internalizing that energy and building your self, empowering yourself inwardly. You know, maybe having a straight face, but inside being really going, like, understanding and really getting this transformation, this transition. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I gotta say for this moon reading for the 24th. Please comment, like, subscribe, share, care, and all that good stuff. If you're interested in a reading or checking out my Patreon, or checking me out in general, social media and all that jazz, or you know, more information on my podcast, go to the description box below. I might add my podcast links. I might do that, but I don't even know if I have enough space because I have so much fucking going on. We'll see. We'll figure out. We'll figure out something. Okay. All right, y'all. Much love. Peace.